Good morning, Deify here, and welcome back to Kitty Powers Matchmaker, our quest for all the achievements just 4 children away now, and we're not getting anywhere in this episode. I remember that pretty distinctly. Oh boy. I ended the relationship with Blanche because we were not compatible. Blanche and I shared some common ground, for example, her interest in watching foreign films, but her strange insistence on bar hopping was the reason the failure. Blanche was not suitable, but I was 100% truthful from the outset. My mood has been dampened, but I suspect I will recover in time. Well, to be fair, that's not the worst thing that can happen. This one is, though. Unfortunately, Nyla finished with me, but we're still friendly. I really liked Nyla, particularly her interest in being over-sentimental. I didn't even mind her strange infatuation with horror movies. It didn't bother me that much. I really don't know what I did wrong. Oh yeah, I lied, and then lied again. I'm feeling quite sad about it. I'll donate the matching cardigans I bought to charity. Actually, that one's not even the worst that we could have either. So, all together with having 2 breaking up couples, we pulled out alright. And I'm going to start with Edmund. Edmund Sidelow. He seems like an alright place to start. 3 stars, not terribly difficult. And straight, so we have a wealth of options for him. He's a 3-star poker player and an Aquarius, born on February 17th, looking for a woman. He's well into action movies, teeny tiny bikinis, and body hair removal. He sounds glam. He lives for gray eyes and dark brown hair. He's active, methodical, extrovert, experimental, and spicy, and his bad habit is putting on silly voices. Guilty pleasure? UFO chasing. You should date an ufologist. Yeah, there we go, I got it. He's glam. Again, no stunning matches, so we'll need to make do with a good one, provided we can set them up, of course. Deanna Nibbleland. She's a VIP celebrity lexicographer and a Cancer, born on June 30th. 2 ticks of attraction's pretty good. She seems pretty glam. She likes mass media, luxury cruises, and interior design. We don't know anything else about her, and they're kind of horoscopically good, so we're going to hope that personality just boosts what they already have. Thai food to start off the episode. Oh, I'm glad the driver had a sat-nav so that he could take you on the shortest route. Apparently that was like a thing that I read in the news like last year where it was like New York taxi cab drivers would take like extended routes to get more fare out of tourists, so if you didn't know where you were going, you wouldn't know you were paying more. Something hot with white meat and you don't like spicy. Okay, I can deal with that. Mild frog curry then from our kind of shaggy black-haired waiter, but all around, pretty well kempt, if I would say so myself. A lot better than I, at least. When picking holiday, would you for some reason join for somewhere new and exotic? Oh boy, off to a great start. My worst day ever, second worst day ever to team selection, is just about over. This is really the last thing that I have to do, like on my checklist of things to do today. But it involved taking my physics final. Oh boy, that one was fun. Meeting with my TA, and then presenting my project in my interactive narrative final. Oh gosh, it was a lot to do, and just because everything, for me at least, is so far away from my home base, it was walking. I believe that according to my phone, actually I can look that up right now. Actually no, it won't give me an accurate one because my phone died because I was away for so long, but I believe I'm around 2 hours of walking. Fruit, skin, tea, fruit, skin, tea, cow, fruit, skin, tea, cow, cheese, fruit, skin, tea, cow, cheese, ban. Fruit, skin, tea, cow, cheese, ban. I got this. Okay, well, if you just want me to remember the first one, you could have just said something. You better be looking forward to digging into that, because, well, I don't know if we're gonna get a second date with you. That's a little problematic. It would be kind of nice if we could get a second date. If we could talk about, activity, we might be able to, but no. No, okay, 2 out of 4 is not really good enough for me, so I'm gonna have to pass. It was really nice getting to know you, Deanna, but, maybe there's someone else out there for each of us, because, we're just not the most compatible. If you want to give me 30 coins, though, I'm not gonna argue. That'll be a 5 coin profit. That'll be 5 coins off of the last time you made me cheat, which was literally just like a second ago, but whatever. How shall we split it? I guess we're going to try and split it the way we want. but I'm not really sure if we'll be able to pull that off. So far so good, but I saw one go in the other side. Actually, we're coming off pretty well. I think if one of these goes in, it'll be guaranteed. Yep, we're fine. Oh, geez, it was actually really close though, but hey, totally my treat. Put your cash away, and yeah, we're totally generous. I got this. I got this. Yeah, I find them a bit meh. I don't think we have a good chance. No, she looks like she might have said yes to a second date, but I wasn't sure, so I rejected her. It saves my reputation a little bit, yada yada yada. Good matchmaking agency, very profitable, money, money, money. There we go, that's why. And now we're kind of at the point of not having a very good option, so that's awesome. It's not like I want 4 more babies to be able to finish a series once and for all. But we're going to try Abby Egg Day, the 3-star pro boxer, and a Capricorn, so they don't line up there. 1 tick of attraction, but she does like bling watches and buying lottery tickets, which I think is pretty glam, and we don't know anything else about her, so here's hoping. Now our client just looks straight out of NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. Actually, Nick Carter. Maybe I'm not remembering him properly, but he reminds me of Nick Carter now. Which one was that? Was that NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? I think Backstreet Boys? It's on your food radar. A hot dish with red meat. I can help you with that. Spicy lamb, curry, and rice. Let's do that. And we had like short brown hair with the thin mustache, but you know, all around pretty decent sized mustache. Good for him. You keep yourself to yourself, you get to know everybody. Oh, sweet. So let's start with physics final. That was a lot of fun, you know, get up at 10, get food at 11, skedaddle my way all the way across campus, which isn't that far, but it's like half a mile. So, I mean, it's not a short walk by any means. It takes me about 15 minutes. So maybe it's probably between half a mile and a mile. Oh boy, I went to the zoo once when I was young, played ping pong with the bears, went kayaking once ages ago. It's just the ghost of my former self. Well, that got dark. When I was much younger, I had a pet gerbil. Well, I don't even want to go into that one. When I was younger, we'd go to France for our holidays. I don't really want to go into that one. I had this awesome car once. Okay, I was like, oh, did I forget where it was? It's so awesome, it won lots of awards for its pimped out fabulosity. I don't believe that. But yeah, so I finally got to take the test, and I have been struggling in physics this entire quarter. Well, I did really well in the first midterm, really bad on the second midterm, and I think I actually did pretty darn well on this one as well. So, I think I'm going to pass the class, which makes me very, very psyched. Because I really don't want to fail that. This is not a class. Like, there are classes where it's like, if you fail them, you're like, alright. But physics, I'd be like, no, I don't want to again. It was awful, but I think I got it. It had an amazingly delicious aftertaste that was awesomely and artistically well presented. It had a visionary and playful moistness. It had an indescribably delicious underbelly, had an awe-inspiring overtone of celestial imaginings, it had a hint of manifest genius, and it had a texture of creamy loveliness. Ooh, still got it, way too good at this. Okay, well, yeah, I find them a bit meh too, but that doesn't mean you can't go out again, so good luck, you two. I'll send you out on one more date to see if you guys end up happy forever or, you know, not. So, yeah. So then, next in my day, I moved on to talking with my TA. Thankfully, there was time for food in between all of these, so it's not like I was starving. But my legs really hurt, 'cause like I said, 2 hours of walking, it's tough. What's on your food radar? A hot fish dish. It's not going to be beef tataki. It's going to be tempura seafood. I should know that. But I don't look before I start clicking around. Yeah, so my TA for my game design class had just emailed me, and he was like, hey, I really want to talk about your idea. I think you have one of the strongest ideas in the class. So I was like, okay, very cool. And like, I was expecting like, you know, oh, he might help me with like, you know, some of my like questions that I have, like he might be able to steer me in the right direction. No, this guy gave me like the biggest wealth of info. Okay, that sounds like it was gonna go bad. Like, no, he gave me so much information where I was like, I thought it'd be like, oh yeah, this is helpful. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the greatest way to do things, and like he was just like spouting these on, and I was following along, which was a great part. I always worry that I just won't follow along when I talk about technical things. But oh my gosh, like I think he like got me to just totally change how I was originally going to structure my code, because he's just like, oh, I think this would work better, and I'm like, yeah, it will, like that sounds awesome. Okay, play video games for sure. We are looking to the future. But yeah, it was just fantastic, and I have a picture of what we talked about on my phone, just so that I can go back, and I need to work it into my game design document, which I need to do over the break. I kind of wish I didn't need to do that, but you know, there ain't no rest for the wicked awesome video games, I believe is how that saying goes, right? Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of work. But then afterwards, there were some people still in the game lab. There were about 6 of us, and we were watching our school also has a master's program. We were watching that. Breaking wind in public. Oh, I like that. That's everything. And so it was just really cool. Oh, now I actually am definitely going to set these up. I figured, well, why not do bad habits? We haven't done it in a while. Yes, we were watching some of the master's ideas, and there were some interesting things that came up in that, which I'll probably go slightly into in the next date, but I don't want to go too heavily into them because they kind of do get almost like political in a manner of around university workings, and I don't want to like anger the school or anything like that, because that doesn't sound super good, even though I doubt it would actually come to that. But I mean, I need to speak my mind, because this is kind of is like a vlogging series now. Fergus. Maybe I shouldn't have clicked you. You look like a hippie. Or a hipster, which is like the hardest one to do. Fergus Fishland. He's a 1-star bingo caller. I tried to think of a joke, and I was like, I don't know. I'm exhausted mentally and physically today. I'm gonna shut myself in my room for like the next hour or so. He's a Gemini, before I go to sleep. He's a Gemini born on May 24th. Looking for a woman. He's interested in interior decorating, watching motor racing, and weightlifting. And he loves hazel eyes and light brown hair. Relaxed, methodical, extrovert, traditional, and spicy. His bad habit is being a potty mouth. His guilty pleasure is beat poetry. Oh, a practical type. That makes things slightly easier. Well, I really only have Eden Deepright. They seem alright. She's a VIP airline pilot. That's gonna be annoying to set up, I'm sure. And also a Gemini, which is great. 2 ticks of attraction is probably the minimum you'd want for a VIP, and she likes cleaning the house, so she is at least partially practical, although maybe vintage. And, yeah, we don't know anything else about her. I was hoping we could, like, randomize our restaurants a bit more, but nope. Gotta go to another hard restaurant. So anyways, as a couple of my friends and I were watching this live stream of the Masters games, we realized something and kind of compared it back to what our professor said, which was that the Masters program was mostly international. Light brown soul patch, and we want a cold fish dish with nothing weird. Pickled herring served cold. Okay, there we go. That sounds fine. That sounds weird to me, but whatever. And so that really meant that it's like a lot of people, since we are one of the very few schools who have a game design program, it's a lot of people who maybe majored in computer science but haven't had a lot of game design experience. So it kind of got to the point where we were looking at it like, this game is interesting, but we felt like we could have also done it. And so it came to this point where it's like, well, you know, that kind of makes sense because this is their first year of game design. Maybe. I mean, maybe they like dabbled in it, but probably not majored in it like I am currently. But so then it's like, well, this is our 4th year and we're doing a very similar program. It's a similar 1-year lab. But we're only getting bachelors, and it was just kind of like this debate started going where we were just like, I don't know. Don't really want to shoot the VIP, I suppose. So it's just kind of like, we're doing similar work, so we're not getting a similar reward. Okay, light brown swoodly-doo long hair, and no makeup, no earrings, and a black jacket on top of a fuchsia shirt, maybe, with a white trim. Now she has makeup on. See, I got it this time. I can notice the makeup sometimes. Not a lot of the time, though. I think it would be hilarious. I bet that at some point there was an iteration of this game where women could put on facial hair and it'd just be like, what? My date came back with a mustache. Did not know that was possible. Organization then? Board games, play to win or play for fun? Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna set these two up. They're, not doing as hot as I'd really like some of my couples to be doing. But 30 extra coins, you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again and again and again. I'm not going to argue with that. And how should we divide it in D? Well, that is something I will just let the randoms decide. Yep, just fly everywhere, my coins. I don't care where you go as long as it's not here. Oh gosh, we're gonna have to nudge it. Oh, please go to the right. Oh, perfect. Because now I get the neutral one, which at least means we can't anger anyone, so that's pretty cool, right? I guess. Yeah, you quite like them. I'm gonna say no though. You wanna see me again? I accidentally misclicked, but thankfully I hit the right thing anyways. But yeah, you're not gonna see each other again. Sorry, Fergus and Eden especially, because she doesn't know he lied. So now I'm going to try Holly Fisham. Fish and ham combined sounds like a really bizarre sandwich. That's all I got. That's all I got. The brain is not working right now. She's a 2-star estate agent and an Aquarius born on January 21st. She likes knitting, ham radio, and scheduling, so she is definitely practical as well, although also perhaps a little vintage with the knitting. 1 tick of attraction, I mean, that's not so bad because they're 2 and 1 star, but still, I want their personality to be pretty darn good if I'm setting that up. Oh man, my legs are actually starting to get into the pain feeling. You know, if you walk a while, you don't notice it, your legs just kind of become like numb to the pain, and you're just like, oh yeah, I could keep walking for a while. Then you stop and you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going through. Hot with red meat. Is that the Lancashire hot pot from our long brown-haired bearded waiter? Yeah, great stuff. So anyways, after all this comes my interactive narrative final, which was just presentations on our programs that we made. So ours was kind of like just a story where you could kind of control the character, but not totally. You would just affect his morality, which would be the final decision maker for what actually happens, which would be pretty cool. But what I really wanted to talk about was one of my good friends actually put on an interactive play, which was really interesting. He passed out, oh geez, what was her name? Holly, that's right. He passed out roles to everyone in like an intergalactic senates. Like for instance, I was Planet Archo. I didn't really have an identity outside of that because it was incomplete, so I didn't have like a rival like some other people. But then just using those roles, he held a senate and like passed us some things where it's like, well, what do we want to do about this? And then we would debate. And it was super fun. 326-496. That's 494. I want 496. Like, I would definitely go see this in like a full play style. My biggest problem is I don't know how you would like handle the timing. And also, I just think it would just make a fantastic role-playing game. If you just get like 6 to 8 friends together, give everyone a role, one person, like the DM, just like takes the place as like the head of the Senate, and you just start arguing over things. It was so much fun. Oh gosh, I thought I had gone to the same restaurant twice just because, you know, both Australia and England have the Union Jack on their flags. So I was like, no, but we have bowl cut long brown hair. We want something hot with red meat again, I guess. No, we wanted, yeah, no, that's what we want. Oh geez, what do we want? Wallaby shanks, of course. That's what we want. Excuse me for being silly here. I was just making dumb mistakes. But yeah, like there were some great highlights. Like in my several of my classes, actually, I think the game design class and the interactive narrative class, there's like one person who was like, he's super smart, and he's just hilarious. He kind of is like the class clown, but he never goes like overboard. Like, you know, I rarely ever see him take a joke too far. He's like very well practiced at it, but it's like we were debating something and he just kind of pipes up and he's like, well, according to Galactic Rule 492.83.7, Finders Keepers, and like it was just like, what should we do about this ship that we found? And it was just phenomenal. You know, the class just, you know, we had a great time. It was really fun. One of my friends was against one of the planets that was trying to push something, so we got to like stand up and just be like, no, we shouldn't do anything about it. You know, we need to set an example here. And he gave like this impassioned, like 20-second long speech, and it was just, it was really good. You know, a lot of fun. Kind of unfortunately one of those you have to be there, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. It's just because I'm silly like that. And these videos are like maybe not as much for me, but they're also partially for me because I have memory problems. I like remembering things. The way you remember things easiest is by, well, for me, taking pictures, taking video, recording videos, like just of games where I talk about things that happen. Think of it just like journaling. I journal my life pretty much all the way throughout just so that I can have like a good memory, because I don't know, it's like tough looking back and being like one of the instances that I had recently was like, oh yeah, I saw Avenged Sevenfold live. I forgot. But that's where I got the shirt that I'm wearing. Not this shirt, this is Enter Shikari, I've also seen them live. But I was like, why do I not remember this concert? But I know I have video of it, so I can go back. So I think the answer to our prayers for Fergus has actually been in front of us for this entire time. Angel Beanwright seems pretty darn good for him. She's 3-star pro skateboarder and a Pisces. They're horoscopically. She likes death metal music, which is kind of edgy, but also army surplus shops, which actually is kind of edgy also. But reading biographies, I think these army surplus shops is at least partially practical, I think. And reading biographies is definitely practical, if I recall correctly. Plus, they're 4 out of 5, which is pretty darn good. So let's get to this. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I could do to help prepare them for this date because I can't really tell exactly what type she is, so I didn't want to buy her a gift. So we saw what happened when I gave Misdemeanor to one of those girls in the last episode, and she was like, "Oh, this is all right," and I was like, "Excuse me, thought you were edgy." Something cold with fish from our dark brown, long, spiky-haired waitress. Yeah, that's the description I'll go with, so we can't talk about blue, but yellow, perfectly fine. Go swimming or lounge by the pool. Awesome, lounge by the pool. Part of me was like, we should talk about interests, but then again, because I don't know for a fact that she's a practical type, I don't really want to do that just on the offside chance it doesn't really work out. So yeah, so of course put cash under your mattress. Oh no, we smell sweaty. Excuse me, I'm gonna get out of here and de-sweatify myself. Ooh, it feels so good every time to get that sought-after perfect rating. Fantastic. Oh, most amazing fragrance I've ever smelled. Oh, really? I was trying to like make that suave, but I was like, I don't know how to do that. But like, I mean, vanilla extract's pretty good too. Have you ever tried vanilla extract? I really like the smell of vanilla extract. I've heard it tastes awful though. I mean, why would you be eating vanilla extract anyways? It's that's just gross. It's used for cooking in, you know, very small amounts to give you a very heavy vanilla flavor. Do you want to go out with me? Oh yes, of course you think you're in love with him. Fantastic work, you two. I expect pretty good things. Well, we don't have any mail to read. That's unfortunate, but probably also a good thing. I can hear myself starting to slur, which is, for me, that's the, oh good golly, you better start getting ready to go to bed in the next hour or else you're going to become incomprehensible. So I'm a little early on schedule. Usually I don't get this way till 1 a.m. and it's only 11:53. But around like 2 or 3 in the morning, I start getting crazy if I'm not already passing out. So let's try and avoid that. I gotta travel home tomorrow. I don't want to make a scene. Oh geez, hopefully we'll have good luck in the baby department in this game tomorrow. I will be back home, so I'll need to figure out my lighting problems, but I'll leave that a job for future Dustin. I'm supposed to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Until next time on Kitty Powers Matchmaker, a quest for all the achievements, goodbye.